What I wrote tons of her music. 90% of her music, I wrote it since I've been around her. I wrote probably like 3 songs on her first album. If I listen to it, I'll tell you exactly what I wrote. And when you listen to it, y'all know my pen. All of this money talk and all of this and what I don't got and what I got. Since I met her, I have written 90% of the rhymes that came out of her mouth.
But did you write this?
Hand me down. Just want all of my hand-me-downs. My clothes, my shoes, my nigga.
And this?
Clearance.
You shoulda waved the white flag. Remy Ma drops a brand new song, embodies Claressa Shields. Claressa. So in this video, we gotta get unpacked. It never affected her. We unpack. We unpack. We unpack. Coming to your live boxing ego unpack. Yeah. We unpack. We unpack. We unpack. Coming to your live. Why? Damn. Claressa, why would you do this? I told you and Pap to leave this woman alone. Remy Ma, the wife. Y'all didn't want to listen. Now go ahead and get it. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Remy Ma dropped a brand new song. Spoiler alert. It's a banger. In this video, I will unpack and give you a definitive breakdown. I knew something like this was coming on Fight Week. I predicted it, and it's here now. And I want to give a quick PSA. If you've been following me, rocking with me over the years, you know this is right up my alley. I rap, I write, I come from hip hop. So a hip hop dissection, count me in. And Remy Ma, she outdid herself. So real quick, I want you guys to know the expressions, thoughts are contained in this video. They're my opinion on the song, right? Because I know you guys like to get in the comment, oh, Ego, no, I don't think she been. Don't care at all. These are my opinions on the song and my interpretation. So without further ado, let's get started. Now, for starters, there are going to be some skeptics because we live in a world of technology and AI. So some people, they're going to be like, oh, this ain't real. Because truth be told, we have heard imposters and AI Remy do diss verses, right? I talked about one on the channel where it really wasn't Remy, but people were saying it was. But I can tell from that one versus this one, this is the real Remy, right? If you needed further proof, boom. Apple Music, you see that right there. The song's called Wanna Go, Remy Ma, released today, right? So just to give you guys clarity. Also, in case you don't think I do my research, Wanna Go, YouTube, Remy Ma, produced by Hitmaker, released August 14th, right? And finally, Spotify, which is what I use. Wanna Go, and I listen to it on my Spotify, explicit version, so on and so forth. So yes, it is a real song. It's not AI. The song is entitled Wanna Go. Now that we have that out the way, we got to get into what was said. Now, I'm not going to play the song for copyright reasons on YouTube. It gets a little bit sketch with copyright. But I want to give you a little bit of background. And again, this is my interpretation of the song. So we'll still have fun and dissect it. Now, from a hip hop perspective, the beat that Remy chose was a interpolation of a popular Crime Mob song called KNUCK If You Buck. Now, what makes me respect Remy even more with this move is she chose a popular Crime Mob song, KNUCK If You Buck. Now, if that sounds familiar, and with Claressa, the reason is recently, I think it was last week, boom, Princess from Crime Mob claims that Claressa Shields blocked her after she was in her DM asking if she could walk Claressa out to KNUCK If You Buck at her fight. So Remy's pen is dangerous because that literally just happened last week, and it was widely reported that KNUCK If You Buck artist, Crime Mob artist Princess, had gotten blocked by Claressa Shields. So to now, a week later, you're dropping a song a day before Claressa Shields fights on the beat popularized by Crime Mob, who was entangled with Claressa Shields last week with the whole scenario about getting blocked and wanting to walk her out. That is some thought put into it, right? So this makes me respect Remy as an artist even more, because that's real hip hop, because it's real scientific, it's real technical, and it's real strategic. In the words of Tupac, plan, plot, strategize, and bomb first, right? And that's what she's doing. Taking the Crime Mob Claressa blocking scenario, probably sparked the idea, got on the same beat that the girl that wanted to walk Claressa out got blocked behind, and then now she's doing a song on that beat. So I don't think that's a coincidence. I don't think so at all. She did that on purpose. So kudos, well played by Remy Ma. Now let's dissect this even further. Crime Mob did the original song KNUCK If You Buck. However, about 10 years ago in 2016, they had a song called JUJU on the beat. TZ Anthem, right? A lot of you guys remember it. People were doing JUJU on that beat. JUJU on that beat. Look, July 2016. That used the same Crime Mob beat, right? But they had their own lyrics. It was some younger kids. The song goes, walked in this party and all this girl, skinny jeans on and you know my hair nappy. Hey, hey, hey. Remember that song? Do your dance, JUJU on that beat. JUJU on that beat, right? Now slide, drop, hit them folks, don't stop. Hey, don't stop. Hey, run them in on that beat. Run them in on that beat, right? And they had a whole dance to it. Look, they were doing the JUJU. Hit that thing, don't stop. Hey, yo. Now, why am I bringing up this song? Because it's the same beat. Again, I can't play the beats for copyright reasons, but the same beats. And if you listen to the lyrics, that specific one, right? Some people are going to be like, this is a reach. But again, this is my interpretation. It says, now do your dance, do your dance, do your dance. Hey, you ugly. You your daddy's son. What do people say about Claressa Shields? Don't the messenger. What do people say about Claressa Shields? So I think maybe, I don't know. The lyrics were popular. You ugly. You your daddy's son. Hey, JUJU on that beat, right? And keep in mind, dad, as I continue to dissect and break this down. Okay, we knucking and bucking and ready to fight. That's what they're paying homage to the original beat. I got my cousin with me, and I'm a Detroit baby. Where's Claressa Shields from? Flint, Michigan, right? So this parallel, again, there's a lot of people who probably, talking about it, but they're not going to break it down like Boxer Ego do, because I'm real hip hop. So I think it's very interesting that Remy chose this beat and then the beat got reused. That happens in hip hop by the JUJU on the beat guys. You ugly. You your daddy's son. So y'all let me know in the comment section if you think that aspect is a coincidence. Is it a reach? Let me know. But when y'all say what y'all say, remember the JUJU on the Beat guys. They were a hip hop duo from Detroit, where dangerously close, an hour away, hour 20 away from where Clarissa's from, right? So Remy, you got to keep in mind, she's very strategic. So we have several correlations here. KNUCK If You Buck, Crime Mob just got blocked by Claressa. The remake with the JUJU on the Beat. Hey, you ugly. You your daddy's son. Hey, right? Keep that dad thing in mind as I continue to dissect and break this down. Now, before I move on to the lyrics of Remy Ma's new hot song, we're talking about a lot of strategy. Waiting until Claressa Shields has a fight, the day of her weigh-in, the day before the fight, she conveniently drops it. Strategy. Crime Mob connection. Strategy. Remade by a Detroit duo, which is Michigan, where Clarissa's from. To me, strategy, right? Now, Remy's on a roll here with the strategy. This is the cover art, right? This is the cover art. And if I enlarge it, you can see, well, first of all, she looked good, but she's literally leashed up 2 dogs and she's holding them and she looking, like the boss, like, she's the owner. Claressa, Papoose. She kind of taking shots at both of them. So for me, I'm just being real. My personal opinion, she could have had 1 dog, right? She could have just had 1 dog, no dog. It just had that, just looked like that and posed, right? So I think that was deliberate also. Also, what do you call a female dog? The B word. So I think there's some interpretation there where at best she's holding 2 leashed dogs in control. And I think that was some messaging there too, right? Meaning I see what both of y'all doing, but I'm still the boss. I'm still the queen. I got both of y'all by the chain, like y'all bow down to me type of thing. You know what I mean? So loving it. So far, I'm loving it. And here's the thing. Remy Ma dropped about 4 songs, and 3 of them, she's taking kind of some subliminal shots and liberties, right? Right now, she 4-0. She 4 for 4, right? Why You Effing Lying? The remix with French and Max. This New York City, French, Max, B, Remy. Always the one, never the two. Told him find something stupid to play with, he picked you. Right? It's 2. Put them on. Right? Did the music video for that. And now she got 1 to go. And she definitely taking shots in this one. Right? Another thing, speaking of the first one that kind of kicked it off, Why the F You Lying? Right? Where she initially, in my opinion, took digs at Claressa and Papoose, right? In that initial one, we just found out yesterday that Papoose had a cease and desist pretty much a week after the song came out because he was upset and felt it would be a bad look because they have a kid together, yada, yada, yada. And that was first reported by Hollywood Unlocked. I've already made videos about that. Check that on the channel. So more strategy. We just got this information about the cease and desist, which is right here. Willie Shamil Mackey versus Reminisce Mackey. And he pretty much tried to get the people on Remy angry because she dropped that song. Now, what makes it look even weaker for Papoose, because in my first video, I don't know if I outlined the actual date, but I'll do it here. You see by the top header part, it says April 18th, right? 2026. What makes that look very suspect for Papoose is because Remy dropped her song on April 10th. So that means 8 days later, pretty much a week later, Papoose has already sent a cease and desist and is complaining about the song. Complaining because Remy put that out. What does that mean? Why is that important? It's important because at first I didn't look at the date. I'll be real with you. But the fact that he sent this April 18th, that was before Angie Martinez's barbecue, where Remy performed it and said Papooses name. So you look even worse. You were complaining way back then, a week after the song came out, and your name was never mentioned in the Why the F You Lying song. The only time where she included your name was much later at Angie Martinez's barbecue. And she was like, you always acting like you help Pap, help yourself. You know what I mean? And then she was like, I'll be single when a ninja stop asking me for half. You ain't getting half of nothing. Right? But that was much later. So Papoose did this cease and desist on his own, even though she didn't explicitly say Claressa Shields' name or Papooses' name. So you were that tight, you were that pressed about it that you knew she was talking about you and you felt the type of way. And I believe Papoose is a narcissist personally. So I think what really got under his skin was the whole world heard the line, these bees doing the most over so-so ick. Don't no man want that aired out. Don't no man really want to hear that. You know what I mean? These woes be doing the most over so-so ick. I've been her since I was wearing Bobos. You get in your shirt where the logo is. So I think that is what cut deep to Papoose, right? That is what cut deep and what really fried him, that she put that out there and had him looking foolish. What further makes the cease and desist look horrible for the two of them, Claressa and Papoose, is the mere fact that when the song came out, people were like, she's dissing you, Remy's dissing you. And Claressa put this out. I've been addressed by name in songs, maybe like 6 songs. If a Beezy ain't say my name, she is not dissing me. Cause I'll 100% diss anybody back. Just say my name like Destiny's Child. So Claressa did several statements saying if my name is not directly mentioned, then it's not a diss to me. So why would Papoose put out this cease and desist when it was before the Angie's barbecue, as I told you and showed you with the date, and neither one of your names were actually mentioned in the song? Plus, again, I'm not a judge. I ain't past the bar, but I know a little bit. You have certain liberties as an artist, right? You can't defame and have defamation, but how do you prove so ick? Isn't that subjective? Like, so you can't really sue for defamation. She could just be like, that's my opinion. Deal with it. You know what I mean? Defamation, you have to prove financial loss. You have to be able to prove that what was said was a lie and they defamed you. How do you disprove so ick? What, the judge got to sleep with Papoose? The judge got to sleep with Papoose to deter. Yeah, it was so. You know what I mean? Like, you got to get Judge Judy to bump uglies with Papoose to prove if it was true or false. You can't really do that. Defamation is not that. Defamation, you run around saying that so-and-so is on Megan's Law and they really aren't, you know, and it's ruining their reputation. They can't get a job now. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. So this is why they wanted a cease and desist, in my opinion, because they didn't stop anything. Why the F You Lying is still on. And now Remy's coming full throttle with more and more heat, and she cooking you. This one to go is hard. That's what they mad at. This is why you wanted to nip it in the bud, because you can't control Remy now. Remy out here cooking y'all, and she's actually in a renaissance, kind of rejuvenated her career. She was always thought to be thorough because she did a whole bid. Papoose ain't never did no long bid, right? She was the one. She has all the network connects, and you try to muzzle her, you try to shut her up, and between Papoose and Claressa, they haven't been able to do it. So she has every right to have this cover up there with the dogs on the 2 leashes, and like she pulling the strings. Remy out here winning, and she winning. She big winning. Now the moment y'all been waiting for. Let's cook on these lyrics. Ram. So the KNUCK If You Buck beat came in. Classic beat. Lil Wayne was spitting on it back in the day on one of his mixtapes. Listen, also I transcribed the audio, so if you guys want to donate to the channel, link in the description so we can keep upgrading so I could do the deep dives and different things that you guys like. Link me in the description. So she starts the verse, ram, la. It's on the real deal. You look for real sales. You a secondhand. You shop at the real. She already started out hot. Hey, I don't know what's gotten into Remy, but she been coming in smoking. Like, you know the voice, you know the cadence, and you know his pressure right when she hop on the beat. So I'm already liking how it started. Classic beat, came in hot, just like she did on the French joint. Ram. Now, I feel like these lyrics are pretty easy to dissect. You look for real sales, and that's going to be a pattern throughout the bars, right? She said, I get that good, and you a cheap broad. That's pretty much what she's saying. You can't compete because you can't compare, beh. And she put a lot of emphasis on that beh. I'm just going to tell you that. All my designer, I do not do consignment. Screenshot my pictures hoping that you can find it. That's what she just said, right? And she flipped it like that. And this what Claressa Shields don't know nothing about. When you don't just read off of paper, right? You don't just read the words. You flip them and you freak them. When Claressa rap, every flow sound the same, right? She be like, yeah, I'm from Flint. I don't really give, I need a breath mint. Like, everything sounds the same. But you could tell that Remy is elite because she'll like manipulate and play with the cadences. It's just different. And if you rap like I rap, then you're going to know. All my designer, I do not shop consignment. Screenshot my pictures hoping that you can find it. My is runway. Yo is retail. My is brand new. Yo ish is resale. Bars. Then she says, this what really got Claressa. Hand me down. Itches with all of my hand-me-downs, my clothes, my shoes, my wigs, all of my hand-me-downs. Bro, the way she freaked that, she cooked her. Hand me down. Itches with all of my hand-me-downs, my clothes, my wig, all of my hand-me-downs. Everything brand new. Everything brand new. Everything brand new, right? So she on here stunting, gloating, letting you know that she got all new, and the way she's relating it to clothes, like hand-me-down, retail, resale, shopping, but it's also a double entendre. The clothes, first of all, Papoose need to go pick up his clothes. Come pick up your clothes. So it's really kind of like a double or a triple if you think about it. Papoose need to pick up his clothes. Remy's comparing kind of a relationship to clothes and being like, I'm brand new without him. She want my old work. She want my hand-me-down, everything brand new, everything. You know what I mean? So she cooking Claressa, cooking her. And this is a type of ether that you got to sit on and it'll just fester and you start thinking about it and get more mad. Seems simple in nature, but she's still cooking. And my pops was in the military, so they teach you that. That's an acronym, KISS. Keep it simple, stupid. And what Remy is doing brilliantly in her new music is She got bars, got lyrics, but she'll also make it melodic to the point where you can sing along, and she's giving you something catchy in each song, right? The cadence, DISS, New York City, French, Max, B, Remy, always the one, never the two. Like, that's the type of stuff you could put in an Instagram caption, right? You could put this on an Instagram, video or reel, right? Everything brand new, everything brand new, everything brand, you know what I mean? That melodic sound that you can also sing along. So she in her bag, man. I got to give her props. And I'm going to be real. Like, back in the day, I always respected her, but I wasn't really checking for her like that. I kind of had my OG favorites like Lil' Kim and Foxy Brown and Da Brat and stuff like that. But props. Now, again, I couldn't play the song for copyright reasons, so you guys got to have me break it down like this. It is what it is. But she was like, everything brand new. They copying everything Rim do. I love that. Just how the cadence. She said they copying. It looks a little, the transcription was off, but she said they copying everything Rim do. I got BZs on my BZs watching on my posts. I got BZ popping ish. I don't even know. I got BZs on my slide cause these BZs do the most. I got BZs that arrive. Not arrive, but again, it's a transcription. Y'all get it. So I love it. I love the breakdown. Kind of like a dirty little chorus. You can, cause she repeats that part. I got on my watching on my posts. I like that. So she said, I got BZs that'll ride. If you BZs want to go, I got on my watching on my posts, right? And she kind of repeats that because these bees do the most. If you want to go, real from the get-go, I'm as real as it get, whoa. So again, she said, real from the get-go, I'm as real as it get, ho. All of my DMs talking about, hey, sis, where did you get those? Love it. She cooking Claressa Shields because we know that Claressa Shields was all in her DMs trying to get fashion tips before stealing her husband, right? Trying to befriend her. All in the mix, all in the video, and she was an op all along, right? So for her to say that was dope because it just goes to show you the realism in Rim's raps. She rapping about something real because we know that Claressa Black Mamba'd her and snaked her. Water Moccasin, Cottonmouth, Viper, Cobra. We know she snaked her. Hit her with that Jake the Snake Roberts. Yeah? So, yeah, she said, all of my faves watching my page, waiting to see what a bit got. I'll be like, bit, stop. Keep shopping on TikTok. Rim really out here doing work. She out here serving Claressa Shields in a major way because people have always said that Claressa Shields don't know how to dress and dress cheap. You see her on interviews and podcasts. She be rocking city trends and a bunch of South Pole and clothes that look like they came from Ross while claiming to have $8 million fulfilling dollars, right? But remember that video where she had the pink pajamas on with the polka dot and she was like, he be at the fight. Remember that? That outfit was on TikTok shop, right? So Rim is doing her homework.
He be at the fight!
So as you guys can see, Claressa's outfit from that, it was on City Trends and Shein and TikTok shop and all that for like 13, 16 bucks, right? So Remy really did her research and is really out here cooking. Claressa, all the money she says and doing money phones and saying 90K on the wrist, you don't dress like it. You don't act like it for sure, but you definitely don't dress like it. So Remy out here eating her lunch, right? Out here eating her lunch. Remy older, but look younger. Been rapping longer, but still sound hungrier and is a better rapper than Claressa Shields. So Remy, 4 for 4, man. She gotta be 4 for 4 with the music stuff, man. Everything brand new. Everything brand new. Everything. She goes on to say, Clarence, it just be shopping the clearance rack. Clarence, you wore it once and you took it back. Like, she just cooking her, flaming her, bro. Again, she closes off talking about clearance. You on the clearance rack, you're cheap, can't dress, copy my style. Right? Just out here torturing the GWOAT in all way, lyrically, spiritually, mentally, fashion-wise, rap-wise, hip-hop-wise, looks-wise. But anyway, she closed off with that kind of bridge chorus. It's I don't even know. I'm a slide. Could be doing the most. Got that'll ride. If you wanna go. But at the very end, I love what she did. She was like, she changed her voice kind of like to a nerdy cartoon voice, right? And she said, Clearance, right? Now, a lot of people think she's saying clearance twice, right? Like a clearance rack, a sale rack, because she's been talking about clothes. However, my interpretation is she's playing on words. She's saying clearance, and then the second one is Clarence, right? The name. Clarence, and she's going back and forth with it. Now, why is this important? Again, she's a rapper, clever. Another double shows that she's paying attention to the culture. What have I been calling her? Clearance rack shoes, right? Crayola shoes. So Remy's hip to this and included it and did the name flip. Clearance. You gotta love it. Because again, we be calling Claressa Shields Clarence because she exudes a lot of masculine energy, right? Most people would agree with me there. A lot of masculine energy that she shows. So she calls herself Clarenzo or whatever, but mama call her Clarence. I'm gonna call her Clarence. We've been calling her Clarence, right? So Remy incorporated that into the bridge, to the chorus, to the theme. So very clever stuff, clever wordplay. You mixed in the clothing, you gloated on shopping and I spend more, and then you did the name flip. You had a bridge and a chorus. It was melodic, classic beat. You rode the beat, switched the flow, switched the cadence, got at her, said what you need to say. Now, back to Clearance. Some people don't know, because I don't know who the first person is that started calling her Clarence. It's just kind of been a running joke online, right? But the funny thing here is a lot of people call her Clarence and they don't know where it originated. You just, like Crayola Shields, you hear it and then, I started that one. But Clarence, I don't know where Clarence came from, right? And the funny thing is this. Tell me why people have been calling her Clarence Shields, because I think it was close to Claressa, so people just naturally started doing it. But tell me why her actual father used to box and his real name is Clarence. Clarence Bobo Shields. That's why I call her Bobo Jr. So if you hear that nickname, you know who started, your boy Ego, right? So her dad's real name is actually Clarence, which is funny. But I know something about you. You went to Cranbrook. That's a private school. What's the matter, dog? You embarrassed? This guy's a gangster. His real name is Clarence. And Clarence lives at home with both parents. And Clarence's parents have a real good marriage. This guy don't want to battle. He shook because ain't no such thing as halfway crooks. Hey, yo. So Clarence Bobo Shields. Clarence. And Clarence lived at home with both parents. Bobo Jr. got tore out the frame. Remy Slim Rim, big Slim Rim cooking this girl. This girl looks shook. Ain't no such thing as halfway crooks. Man, stop playing with her. I don't know why Claressa went this route. You can't, what did Rocky's wife say? You can't win. I gotta try it. I'm a boxer. What do you mean? What do you mean I can't? You got a problem. That's Claressa Shields, the dumb boxer role. And the wife is like, you can't win. This is what you married, ain't you? Hey, Pap, this is what you married. I gotta do it. I gotta do it for me. This girl, Remy, got a body. Yeah, so I like the cadence. I like the flow. Flip the flow. Bravo. And the funny thing is, Papoose said he wrote 90% of her rhymes. Well, now she's cooking both of you, and she's cooking your new girl, who is writing these rhymes, because these are equally hard as her last stuff. I'm all the way up. Nothing can stop me. I'm all the way up. And lean back. Like, she's spitting at the same caliber. She winded back the clock. She found a way to, like, touch the fountain of youth. It's like she found pun notebook and rhyme book or something. Like, she on one. She sound like Terror Squad Remy. Meanwhile, Papoose like, boom, boom, boom. People gonna backdoor you. Boom, boom, boom. Doorman will backdoor you. Boom, boom, boom. The valet parkers will backdoor you. You're not spitting like that. You're not saying what she's saying. You're not like, Papoose sound like broken glass everywhere. People on the streets and they just don't care. Me, your wrist, running the muck. Like, you spitting in 1988 when Mike Tyson first came out type of flow. Remy out here cooking. It sound modern. It sound updated. It sound melodic. You can sing along with it. The people who like lyrics and bars, she got something for them, right? Women, she got something for them. It's a diss song, so if you just like drama and beef, so she really checking all the tick boxes on y'all app. And y'all put out a cease and desist. I see why. You didn't want more of these songs. And then she's strategic on top of that. She dropping the song right before Claressa fight and then having something as catchy as Clearance, Clarence, Clearance, Clarence, right? Right before, knowing that women and people, the Claressa done run amok and people ain't feeling her. And she beefing with Miss Shanika and Bro-Rilla and Studs and all types of stuff. Too many people against this girl, man. And I told you I blame these enablers because y'all the ones that made her think she was a baddie. Y'all the ones that made her think she can sing. Y'all the ones that co-signed her rap. Her rap is trash, bro. Claressa cannot rap, can't sing, can't dance, can't cook. She do one thing nice, and that's box. And it seemed like these days she want to do everything but that one thing. Everything else is 2 packs of ass, right? She's not rapping at a high level, but she go on these radio shows and spit some candy bars to Sway and all them, and they'd be like, oh, the grow, oh, acting like it was hard, right? Charlamagne used to be the one being like, nah. Remember when old boy Safari was on there? And Safari was like, pockets on the diet, calling that Atkins. I'm bringing it back in. And then Charlamagne told him to his face, nah, man, nah, that ain't it. And he told MGK to his face, nah, don't resonate with me. Nah, I wasn't feeling that. Nah, like, he wasn't really spitting. But then they'll let Claressa say anything, and then they love it. You know what I mean? So too many people been faking, and this is what happened. It's like overprotective parents. That's cool in your household. They baby you, they spoil you, let you have your way. But when you get to that public high school, it's different. Not everyone's going to let you have your way. You know, you're not socialized. You don't know how to take a loss without looking like a crybaby. And, you know, you just mess around being outcast. This is Claressa Shields. She made this bed. You wanted a married man? Deal with everything that comes with it. All the baggage, all the drama, all the struggle, all the strife, all the diss songs. Go ahead and get that work. Get these lyrics right before a fight. Now, Claressa's really lucky. She's extremely lucky. Why I think she's lucky is because she's not fighting somebody a bit better and a bit more dangerous, like a massive puncher, because she got a lot going on. That's why she chose K. Scott. She chose wisely. She's trying to get 4 knockouts from the little week 3 knockouts, right? So Remy's cooking you, a lot of pressure. We know you can't outspit her, man. Like there's just no way. So you should have waved a white flag, like I said at the beginning of the video. You can't do nothing with her. Like, I'm a hip hop head. You heard me. I just broke it down, gave you guys the bars, the history, right? You see me on my lives rapping and, reciting verses. This is what I do. I'm the product of pop culture, right? That'll dry roast you. So I know hip hop. I know pop culture. I know music. I know movies. I know history, right? And you're looking bad. And I fear there's nothing you can really do. You can't see. The only thing you can do is threaten to beat her up. But if you do that, you already said that to Brorilla. You already touched Bumgarner. You don't got too much more of those in you where you could keep touching people without any ramifications. And then you out here, just look at it. She said, I'll go to Memphis and see Brorilla. You don't want to do that. You want to go to somebody else's hood. Memphis is wild. Like, you tripping. Memphis is taking some of their own rappers, if you guys know the history behind it, right? So Memphis ain't really some place where you could pop and be good. You know what I mean? I wouldn't do that. And that's not even no scary stuff. It's just like people that got something to lose. You shouldn't be like making enemies everywhere. You in Atlanta dissing Shanika, who's popular in Atlanta, then gonna have a fight, then ban her from the fight. You talking all this and popping all this. I know this Remy song, when you get wind of it just came out, that's gonna make you mad right before your fight. So you might be bad in New York, bad in Atlanta, bad in Memphis. You don't have enough allies, and you're not talented enough in the other regards, content creation, rapping, singing, cooking, dancing, to really do nothing. All you could do is box, and then you seem like you want to get away from that and be a baddie and all this. Live streaming can be tough, which is why I use StreamYard. Click the link in the description for StreamYard, which is an awesome tool that enables you to set up your stream with ease of use. Get great results with live streaming. It's what I use. Stream to social media with ease with StreamYard. Live streaming is here to stay. Engage with your audience using StreamYard. Great way to reach out to your audience and connect. So you need a tool that can do that. If you're new to YouTube and you're struggling to get views, one tool I can provide to you is TubeBuddy. I've been on YouTube over 10 years. I use TubeBuddy daily to crank out videos just like this one that you're watching. Learn how the pros do it with TubeBuddy. YouTube receives a lot of traffic, which also means a lot of creators, a lot of people putting out content. So you need to learn the ropes so you know how to separate yourself, especially if you're new. But even if you're a pro, use TubeBuddy. The link is in the description. Get more views, more subscribers, and a higher click-through rate, so ultimately you can realize all of your online goals. Use my affiliate link in the description and grow your channel fast. Now, what makes this worse outside of Remy cooking you, absolutely catching a body, embodying you lyrically, right? Lyrically, spiritually, mentally, physically, right? She bodied you. On top of that, and you got a fight coming up, what makes this a million times worse is the mere fact that yesterday, the Papoose cease and desist came out, right? So that painted your boyfriend in a terrible look. Like, he looked like snitchy and complaining about his wife. Just weird. You're a rapper, but you're complaining over a rap song that didn't exclusively name you or Claressa Shields, but the world figured who she was talking about. And obviously the cease and desist was from April. She didn't listen because she still performed at Angie's barbecue, right? Still talking, still rapping. And now she dropped another song. Now, what makes that worse, I already did videos on the cease and desist. Check that on the channel. Is the fact that this girl, Claressa Shields, quiet as kept, for her fight week, dropped another song. Not the Alicia Baumgartner, but she dropped a whole nother song and it flew under the radar. So now it's even worse. Because Remy just dropped this. She dropped a little snippet to a song. Nobody's going to be bumping this. And the video looked weak. The video, if I'm not mistaken, it looked like AI in the video. Right? So it's like, what are you doing with your career? Look, watch this. Look, man, heck nah. Did y'all see that? Hold on. Let me run that back for y'all. Watch when she start. Look, that's AI because she came out the thing in a tank top and then she just morphed into a blazer with her hair pulled back. Watch her hair and watch the tank top morph into a blazer. Bro, what type of witchcraft was that? You use AI. You got a whole ChatGPT meta video. Watch. And her hair got longer. Man, come on, bro. Pack her up. Bro, first of all, that don't even look like you. That's Gabrielle Union or somebody. Simone Biles. That ain't you. And then the hair went from there to bald headed. And then all of a sudden you Rapunzel. Man, come on, bro. You went from Mr. T to Rapunzel in seconds. This video look whack. I ain't gonna hold you. I ain't even seen the full thing, but I know it ain't gonna be better. Bro, look. You out here with them twisties in your hair, and then it magically turned into Rapunzel hair. And then look, she AI walk into a private jet with fake money. Man, come on, bro. This look trash. That's a harsh look. I ain't gonna hold you. That just look harsh. I'm just being honest. I'm giving my 100% transformative, constructive criticism. That's a harsh look. Whoever did your makeup, it just looked too prominent. I don't know. I don't know. I can't say it, but look. And then you got Papoose. I don't know who he think he is. You got rollers in your hair. This what he was feeding you grapes for? Man, come on, bro. Terrible. Terrible, I tell you. This is what y'all did that for? This is why he was feeding you grapes? And he's sitting down? Hey, and then the other thing is you told Cam Newton, oh, y'all mad? Y'all thought Papoose was finna downgrade. Yeah, he did. In my opinion, he downgraded big, right? It's like going from my internet, which is fiber optic, the highest speed that they offer, back to like AOL dial-up. Your AOL dial-up. You've got mail. That's you. It is a downgrade. And if you don't believe me, go look at Remy in the cover art, for one. Go look at recent pictures of Rem and listen to this song. Run them numbers up. Don't let the bad guys win. Remy Ma, wanna go, right? Go listen to that and then go listen to the snippet of Claressa Shields rapping and tell me Papoose didn't downgrade. Like you're literally in doing music videos with Papoose. Papoose is doing music video with Claressa. And like, if he's anywhere remotely, anywhere deep down inside, honest with himself, then he would have to admit, damn, my wife is cooking Claressa. Because Remy said he a real hip hop head and Papoose puts himself in his top 5 rappers of all time. So if you think you a top 5, you might already be delusional. But if you're a real hip hop head and you're real. She said on Drink Champs that he's real critical of who people put in their top 5, right? So you claim to be a real hip hop album, Meal on Wheels or whatever, is called A Journey to Save Hip Hop. Then you got to admit that you've regressed being with Claressa, baby rapping, trying to rap, this Oshkosh Bagosh bars or whatever she got going on. She literally started the song, at least on a snippet, and it was so horrible. She said something to the fact, I came from Flint where the water wasn't clean. Now my diamonds like water. Know what I mean? Come on, bro. You can't hear. I came from Flint where the water wasn't clean. Like, why are you even rapping? You're so clueless, Alicia Silverstone, Stacey Dash. You're so clueless. You don't even know. You don't have no type of swag or sauce. You don't even know what subject matter to rap about. You literally rapped in another song talking about Pootie Tang and being broke make my butt itch, and like you don't even know what would be cool to say and what wouldn't. Why would you even brag about, I'm from Flint where the water isn't clean? Why is that something to brag about? And then your follow-up line is, now your diamonds are wet like water. Know what I mean? Okay, what about the water still probably ain't clean? What are you doing about it? You see what I'm saying? So like that fake braggadocious stuff, you don't even know how to do it. Why would you put that image in someone? Like, I listen to lyrics and break them down and unpack them like I'm doing right here. I'm unpacking this girl, right? Why would you talk about, I'm from Flint where the water wasn't clean? It's still probably largely unresolved. And then you're like, oh, but now I got diamonds shining and they wet like water. Know what I mean? Like, that's not cool. I don't give you props for that. I'd respect it more if you said, I'm from Flint where the water wasn't clean. Now I fight for my city, to clean it up. Know what I mean? You're not saying that. You talking like personal material stuff. This girl got a broke mindset. You came from nothing. You had nothing, and it shows. That mattress was dirty. You need to clean up your room. And that's who you are deep down inside. No matter how much money you get, that's who you are at heart, right? And I think you have self-hatred and a lot of deep-rooted issues that I think you need some counseling, Stan. You know what I mean? Because it don't even come across. You doing videos depicting yourself, pictures or whatever of yourself as a light-skinned person. That's just weird. Remy, I ain't never seen her do that. JUJU, I ain't never seen him like depict themselves as like light-skinned women and do all this weird stuff that you be doing. Running around, holding the hand of a married man, bragging about it. Oh, look at me. Rapping about Flint water, not even on no like introspective stuff, but rapping so you can brag about having diamonds now. It's rough. This girl a rough cut. Meanwhile, Remy rapping like the Rent do. She out here rapping like the Rent do. And having a whole renaissance and doing it right before your stuff, right before your fight. Man, Remy cooking. So all in all, man, Remy did her thing. Bravo. Hand me down, hand me down. Hand me down, hand me down. Everything hand me down. Like, you got a hand me down life. And this is what Claressa get. This is her karma. I really believe that. You thought the grass was greener, left your fiance, and you thought you came up. Oh, somebody with more notoriety. You thought probably more money. And now you're getting to see what it really is. You thought having somebody else's husband would be the ticket. And here's the thing. Remy warned you, right? She warned you about what it came with to be with Papoose. You looked on her face. She had different weight. After she left him, she looked like she leveled up. Weight came down, looks happier, money looking right again. You know what I mean? And you picked up the problem. You took it on and like, oh yeah. She told you he gambling problem. He allegedly put hands on her, she said, if you knew the whole story, y'all would cry. And you like, yeah, you gonna have to show me that. I want to cry then. All right, go ahead and get it. Now you got your trophy, you got your prize, you running around, and then Remy out here tormenting and torturing both of y'all. Lyrically, with her wins, she doing Lifetime movies. Where's your Lifetime movie? Where's your endorsement? Where's your Spike Lee interview? Where's anything? If anything, your stock was like this, and now it's been on the decline. Remy, after dropping the dead weight with Papoose, she going back up. Fat Joe messing with her. Angie Martinez messing with her, right? She's at Rick Ross and the baby shows rocking out, right? She got the Lifetime movie. French and Max B messing with her. 50 Cent messing with her. Boxing Ego messing with her, right? The world is messing with her, right? Cardi B, ASAP, Rihanna, all of them are like kind of siding with her. Where's Papoose? How come you never see like Jay-Z's cool with Remy Ma? So that probably means Beyonce also, right? How come you don't see these connections with Papoose? If he's the brains of the operation, man, I didn't want to say nothing, but I wrote 90% of his stuff. If you look and you search a word, if you near me and you search a word in the email, her lyrics come up. I didn't want credit. I didn't ask for nothing. It never affected her. Never affected her. But I wrote 90% of her rhymes, but it never affected her. Well, it's affecting you, and it's in fact affecting Clearance. Y'all cooked. We unpacked.